weight it then when you evaluate the evidence of Qumran, John, and Jesus in terms of if they took this stance and part of it was against the Roman rule of that day, and they were talking about an eschatological arrival of God's kingdom in power. All right, the Jesus Seminar says you put all that together, that's why Jesus died, because he went against the time. He got caught in the political process. Is that the message that the New Testament's presenting?
Well, I would not want to rule out that there is a political factor here. You need to understand that it's true to say that religion and politics were interwoven throughout the fabric of first century Jewish society. That's absolutely true. I think it is certainly true that part of the reason why Jesus died as he did is because his movement had political implications. His was not a revolutionary movement in the sense of taking up arms and storming the legions of Rome, but his movement certainly had political implications. He was a politically hot potato. There's no doubt about this, and this is part of the reason why he died. But he didn't just die for that reason. After all, the people who were critiquing him, who brought him to justice or injustice, were in the first place Jews, not in power, not the Romans. They only handed him over to the Romans at the very end of the process. Early Jews were the ones who most objected to him, whether we think of Herod Antipas as a ruler in Galilee, or the Pharisees, or some of his other dialogue partners. That tells me that the issue was not just purely political, it was also theological.
When you're taking this in, John Dominic Crossan says that as far as he's concerned, Jesus is a political figure. The primary emphasis of his life is just that. If you're saying that it's a part of it, how do you separate that part from the other? Where do you put the emphasis?
Well, that's precisely the question. Are we going to put the emphasis on the wrong syllable or not? And what I would want to say about that is that for Jesus there is both a spiritual gospel and a social gospel. There are two sides to this Jesus picture. There are social implications, political implications to being a follower of Jesus. If in fact you turn the other cheek, if in fact you do some of the things that Jesus urged his disciples to do, this changes the social situation, and there's no doubt about that. But if the heart of the matter has to do with atonement for sins, if the heart of the matter has to do with the fact that Jesus believed Israel was lost, the question is, what is the solution to that problem? Where's the heart of the solution to that problem? In Jesus' view, the ultimate sacrifice had to be made to redeem the people of God and indeed redeem the world. That's the heart of the matter. The heart of the matter is not whether or not you turn the other cheek or not. The heart of the matter is how in the world can the people of the world, especially the people of God, be redeemed? That's the heart of the matter.
Is there any way for the disciples to have written that in after the fact?
Well, all kinds of things are possible, but not all possible things are equally plausible. What we know about the Old Testament, whether you read Leviticus or other parts of the Old Testament, is a system of purification, of atonement for sin, was at the heart of Judaism. Every day in the temple, sacrifices were offered for sin. This was the heart of the matter for early Jews as to how they would get in right relationship with God. That was the most crucial matter, far more crucial than the food laws or the ritual purifications that were just ritual ablutions. The heart of the matter is, how do we recover a right relationship with God? What are we going to do? And, Jesus believed that in himself, he was embodying the heart of that matter and was dealing with it.
Give me some of the words that leads you to that conclusion that Jesus spoke.
Well, obviously, Mark 10:45, which we've already referred to, I did not come to serve, but to be served, but to serve and give my life a ransom for many. Now, he also talks about with his disciples about drinking the cup. And in the larger context of the Old Testament, and talking about drinking the cup of God's wrath has to do with judgment. It has to do with God's judgment on sin. It's not a neutral statement about just suffering a